There we are. I don't hear myself. Oh, are we there? There we are. That was cool, man. I never heard your stuff before.
Hey.
The songwriter, the producer, the mixer, Stephen Vidaic.
What's happening?
Great to have you guys up here, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
We've
having
been
us.
friends for years. We've played together. We've done a bunch of different stuff. Sorry, this click's probably driving you nuts. And I never knew that you started off on guitar, singer songwriter when you were young.
Yeah. Well,
Nuts.
Yeah. I started on guitar and I guess when I started playing with you it was all keyboards.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But just listening to the music beforehand and super cool. So I'm so glad I got to see this part of you.
That was my band called Goodbye Champion.
That was Goodbye Champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
With my buddy Aaron Snyder.
Aaron Snyder, and you guys both played. He was up in the front.
We both played guitars and another guitar player in that band. Yeah.
Awesome.
3 guitars.
Well, maybe we should start with a song.
Yeah.
Kind of get going, get warmed up. The song's about your daughter. Is that right?
This song, Tula's song, my oldest daughter, Tula, I wrote this we used to have a little bouncy cradle thing that we kept on the kitchen table that she would hang out in as an infant, and I wrote this actually literally singing to her, and, over a few days, and so, yeah.
Can you refresh my memory? Just play a couple of chords of this song, just so I get it in my head. There we go. Okay. Thanks.
Should we just do it?
Let's do it. 1, 2.
Your world changes
That's super cool, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's so I just need to back up and tell people about our fabulous guest, Steven Vidaic, Croatian-American musician. Your parents were first-generation immigrants, is that right?
That's right.
And where in New York did they settle?
My mom in Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan.
Wow.
And my dad was settled in Astoria when he first got in Queens.
Nice. And so you obviously grew up there, the whole child in the city? Or?
No, they moved to Jersey right before I was born. I was born in Jersey City and lived, in the outskirts of Manhattan over there on the Jersey side for my whole, till I was 19, and I moved to Colorado.
Right on.
Yeah.
So what was it like in the household as far as like musical stuff going on when you were growing up?
Oh, I mean, there was lots of, not so much on a daily basis, but like holidays were very musical, everybody around the piano with guitars out singing Croatian classics.
What are, I don't know any Croatian classics.
No, of course you don't.
Maybe we'll get to that some other time.
Yeah.
But so you started on saxophone, piano, guitar, and bass, like all at the same time, or how did? Were there just instruments around?
I played sax in school. And then started on just futzing around on guitar and played some bass back in like middle school, and then got into key. Yeah, I just kind of play. I was really into. My older brother was a big influence, and we would listen to all the classic rock stuff that everybody listened to, and just kind of wanted to learn how to play all the parts. I was kind of I didn't really focus on one particular instrument when I was young.
I wish I did that. I can only do this.
I never played drums really, but
it's so cool that you.
My best friend growing up was a pretty good drummer.
He's
not bad.
He's pretty good.
But I just kind of wanted to learn all the stuff happening, and that kind of got me into engineering, producing as well, which I do now for a living. So
when did Emerson, Lake and Palmer, was that something that pulled you into the
into like playing keyboards? Yeah. So early high school, I guess that was. I got into ELP and Yes and Crimson and all that kind of stuff. Got really into analog synthesizers, which I still am very into. And started kind of collecting those back in, this is the late 80s. You could get Moogs for $50, because nobody wanted them anymore because digital just started happening.
Right.
Like the DX7 was $2,000, but the
Moog was
Moog
$50.
D3 was like $47.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, collected a lot of those, really into that still, which I love and I use a lot when I record and produce. And
absolutely. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little later. So, but anyway, the way I met you, I thought you were just a keyboard player, and you were around in Boulder. And so, but one of the things I wanted you to tell people is you started playing keyboards because you needed a keyboard player.
Yeah, our band just, we started playing music, Van Halen, Rush stuff that needed keyboard parts. So I think 8th grade for Christmas, I got a DX7 and started futzing with that. And then, just eventually, next band, I was full-on keyboard player, and then it just kind of stayed there for decades.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun, and it's really fun to play this music with you and just kind of learn about your songwriter side, because this is my first time. I mean, last couple of days ago was my first time hearing it. It's awesome.
Right.
So we have a song called "Changes" coming up. I'll get us started on that.
Yeah.
And this is Steven Vidaic.
Quick tuning.
Yes, feel free to tune. Anyone can stop me if you want to tune, or if you need to get a drink, or if you need anything, just let us know.
Go Juice.
Here we go. Singery songery. Love it. Love it.
You sound great on that, Brian.
Oh, shit. I'm having a blast. Can we talk about your drummer, your fabulous drummer, Zach?
Zach on the record?
Yeah.
Zach Littlefield.
Yeah, Zach Littlefield.
So good.
He's a great drummer. I've known him. He's a great percussionist.
He is a great percussionist.
And I didn't know him as
Hi, Zach. If you're
as a
listening.
rock drummer. And I love.
He's an amazing percussionist. He's an amazing videographer.
Yes,
And
amazing
such
videographer.
A good drummer.
Great drummer, and I just love the parts. You know, he's got all these super cool parts. It's always fun to do these things because you just,
Yeah.
you know, you try not to botch them too much, but you get to learn a little bit about somebody else's vocabulary. For me, which is really really fun.
Yeah, he's just got the greatest pocket. That's why I love
Yeah.
him. His feel is just so greasy and awesome.
Yeah.
He's really Ringo-y and
Yes, very Ringo-y. Yeah. Yeah.
puts
Well,
fills in all the right places but never overplays. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Plays around the lyrics.
You're awesome, Zach.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for letting me sit in for the evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do all this stuff in high school. You're playing with Joe Russo, is that right?
Me and Joe grew up together, yep.
And what was the name of your band together?
We had a band in high school called Lady Rain.
Lady Rain.
Yeah. And after high school a little bit as well, and then
did you
Sorry for
move
the
out here first, or did Joe move out? Because I know.
we moved out kind of together.
Okay.
Yeah, at the same time. 96.
Uh-huh.
And then he quickly joined Fat Mama.
Yep, with Eric Deutsch.
Where I met Eric Deutsch, who played on the record.
Yep.
He's one of my best buddies now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Small world.
it is.
So you guys make it out here, and then are you like right into studio work? Like when did you start working with Mickey at Air Show and all that kind of stuff?
No, first I was like doing sound down at around midnight a lot
Uh-huh.
when I first got here. And,
Uh-huh.
and playing in a few different bands. I've had a band called I didn't have a band. I played with a band called Mumbling Douglas and another one called RV, and just gigged around a lot. That was kind of right when I started getting into jazz and trying to actually be a keyboard player, a piano player, which wasn't my path. And I spent a few years really getting heavy studying jazz.
Right.
Playing a lot of just local gigs on
Yep.
keyboards, playing Surf in the Real Book, you know the deal.
Yeah.
But I'm just not that guy to sit and shed for 8 hours a day, and
Right.
never had chops or any of that. So, but no regrets. I mean, so much great vocabulary came from that time.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
So it just helps your ear. You can hear everything when you're producing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really cool
Yeah,
thing. It's like you're playing all these different instruments, and like even during the rehearsal, you're like, okay, when we go here, make sure you do this little thing here and think of this and do this after the vocal. You know,
Yeah.
the mind's always producing.
Yeah. It's true.
Produce me a
It is.
song.
Even when I don't want it to be.
Exactly. You can't sleep. So we have another tune of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Is it called Taste the Ghost?
Taste the Ghost.
I don't think I have a count off on here or a click. So can you start off on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's real slow.
It's real slow.
You're going to count us in though, yeah?
Yeah, I can catch it.
Give us
So,
time.
1.
Give us some time up front.
faith in him helps you to carry on. Faith with rules don't seem so strong. And I know that you believe I'm wrong, but I can't taste the gold when I receive the whole. Yeah, there would be the turn to gold. Say the believers, say the old. Say the sun danced in the sky, up and down, side to side. Your faith in him helps you to carry on. Faith with rules don't seem so strong. And I know that you believe I'm wrong, but I can't taste the ghost when I receive the whole. But I can't taste the gold when I receive the whole.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So floaty. Floaty.
It is floaty.
So, the beautiful woman to your right, to our left, Jess. Jess, come on in. Come on, Jess. You got to say hi to us.
Hi.
So you are like a staple of the songwriter circuit in Denver, Colorado, and the Front Range. Your voice is you're a mixer. I mean, besides the stuff that you do by yourself, you mix with everybody that I know. Like everybody, oh, I got to have Jess on my record. I got to have Jess on my record. I mean, you're on everybody's record. You're on everybody's gig. You go to a festival and you're like on, oh wait, she's over there. She's over there. How do you do all that? I mean, that's a lot to remember, right? You got to have everybody's songs in your head.
As you can tell, I cheat a little right here.
Yeah, but I mean, even just like how do you do it with the phrasing? You know, like you're.
It's tough. I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching their mouths. It always looks like I'm really into the lead singer, and I am, Steve. I really am. But I'm watching that mouth move.
Yeah.
All those subtleties. Yeah.
That's got to be pretty hard.
But it's fun. It's fun for the brain.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming up. I mean,
Thanks for
we're
having me.
having a blast with you up here. I've had you up here.
I actually.
Go ahead.
And she might disagree because I mentioned this the other night, but Jess and I actually met in this room.
Really?
Yeah.
You mean in the house, like when we did Ben's record, or?
It would have been in the
Oh
house.
yeah, maybe in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Ben's record.
Ben, because
I
you
engineered
recorded that record.
and she
Or
sang
we
on.
kind of recorded it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ben Jordan. He was here not
That
too long
was-
ago, and we were trying to get you. And
I know. I think I was out of town.
yeah. So you're the sound of folk and rock and all kinds of stuff. We're lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you.
We are.
Lucky to have you guys.
Yeah. So Steve, back to Steve. Back to the main
Enough
program.
about everybody else.
Enough about everybody else. No, but I just want to kind of get more background on you. So then you come out here. You're doing
It's
the
like
thing.
a timeline. We're like,
I'm trying to give people a little, perspective. So then you went back to New York and studied.
I did,
audio.
yeah. Late 90s, I went to the Institute of Audio Research
What was that like?
in New York and I was already doing a lot of live sound.
Yep.
Just wanted to kind of get into more. I interned in a studio in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Super loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And just wanted to get more studio knowledge. So I went back, did that program, and it was super cool. It was, old school little place in Manhattan, and it was like, what was it, 98, 99, so like right when digital recording started coming out.
Mm-hmm.
There was like one room with like the first Pro Tools rig ever in it. So other than that, it was all tape and
Pre-Pro Tools.
consoles and the whole deal. Yeah,
Real
it was
stuff.
Great. Yeah.
You weren't just like taking blocks and like moving them together like we do
No,
now?
none of that.
No? You actually
I
like...
don't even know if Pro Tools was out. I think it was
Yeah.
Digital Performer, their first.
So you were doing this at
Anyway.
a really young age. Wow. That's...
Yeah, I was like 22, 23.
It was a long time ago.
And then you're recording all kinds of
Wasn't that long
records.
ago.
And then so you come out here and then you're into it with Mickey.
Yeah, then I started working at Wind Over the Earth and met Mickey, who's like my bro,
Yep.
my Colorado papa. Learned a lot over there about recording and equipment and just everything. It was a great spot, and ended up meeting so many people. Air Show was right next door,
Yep.
and then
David
Immersive
Glasser.
later started in the same building, which I later owned,
Yep.
co-owned with Mike Yock, and made so many great records in there. Yeah.
And so, and in the middle of all that, you were recording all kinds of stuff from jam band stuff. You did a Kyle Hollingsworth record. You did Joe Russo and Benevento and
The duo, I mixed
the
one
duo.
of theirs.
You said you did a Jans record. You did a Deutsch record.
You got into my discography, didn't you?
I'm kind of looking around a little bit. But then you even did like Ron Miles, right? Did you do some of that?
I did. Me and Mickey and Gus Skinnis recorded Heaven, which was Ron Miles, Bill Frisell duets, which was amazing. It was the first DSD recording I ever did with Gus, and it was incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just saw that 2 nights ago.
Beautiful.
Bill Frisell.
Yeah.
I mean, and and Ron was there in spirit. And
Yes, I'm sure he was.
wow, amazing stuff. Well, let's get back to another song, and we'll just kind of keep cruising along here.
Yeah.
We have a song called "Hearts Look Twice." You
Yeah.
said that this one you wrote like in 5 minutes.
This is one of those songs that literally came out in 5 minutes. All the words, all the chords, everything, the melodies. So like I already knew it.
Really?
I just picked up a guitar and started playing it. And
Did you just like hit record on something and get it down?
I don't think I did. No, it was a while ago. But yeah, it ended up being the title track of the record, and not exactly even sure what that means, but
Exactly.
Hearts Look Twice.
What do we know about
it? It just kind of came out, but
Cool.
yeah, it's yeah.
Well, I'll count us in. How about that?
How about it?
Okay.
How many times must I tell you before you understand? I've been explaining it for hours. I'm trying to be a man. How many ways can I show you make you feel the same? I'm here because I need you. I'm here to face the pain. I'm here because I want you. must I travel to get to where you are? I've been walking since this morning, and these feet can't walk too far. How many songs must I write you before I find the words to make you really hear me? You're all that's in my world. I know you think you're over me, but I'm not stopping till I'm heard. Because hearts look twice when the feeling's right. Won't you let me show you what I see? Because hearts look twice when the feeling's right. Show me something that you feel for me. Because hearts look twice, yeah. Hearts look twice.
Thanks, Joe. Joe Mazza over there giving us a little rock at the end. Good to see you again. Joe's done quite a few of these over here now.
Yeah,
And
always fun.
we always love having you here. Sorry for the thing in between us. It's like Caddyshack.
There's like 2 cameras and everything. Yeah.
Ryan couldn't make this one. Ryan Jalbert, your normal guitar player, who's freaking awesome, plays with the Motet, great songwriter, guitar player. Who was the guy he played with the red hair back in the day? The singer-songwriter guy?
Brett Dennen.
Brett Dennen.
Oh, Brett Dennen,
yes. Yeah, I used to go see him play with him and play with him with Reed Fail. Really great. So thanks for jumping in. You're like...
It was actually.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
But so Joe comes on here and does these things, and we have a blast with Joe, and he brings the tone, he brings the rock, and thanks for doing it.
Yeah, happy to be here, man.
So Steve, what's it like to win a Grammy?
It was cool.
Do you have a
it was
little,
just
like-
just to be clear, a record that I worked on
You worked on.
won a Grammy.
Okay, that's been clear.
But I got
But you got the little
still
trophy.
got the cred.
Nice.
It was amazing. It was actually a new age record
Uh-huh.
that Mickey produced, that Mickey Houlihan produced, that I did a bunch of, editing, mixing, recording stuff on, and we won Best New Age Album, a David Darling record.
And that's super cool. When was that? It was 2012?
2012 sounds right.
Uh-huh. Did you like
13,
go to the
11,
thing,
13,
or did they send
No,
the thing
no,
in the
no.
mail? Or
No, actually, no, I didn't go.
I stayed home. And don't they make those things in Colorado? The
I don't know.
trophies?
Do they?
They make the Grammy trophies
They
down
showed
in,
the guy on the ones last
Yeah,
week or
they're-
whatever.
it's in, like,
that makes-
Paonia or
that makes
something?
them, right?
I thought there was a guy in Paonia
Oh.
that makes them. Or something like somewhere down there.
Yeah,
you know,
could be. I'm not sure.
little southwest. So then you're out here, and I remember I got a phone call from you one time, and you're like, "Yeah, man, I got this national band that wants to hire me, and I don't know how much should I charge them, or something like that." And I think we had a little talk about whatever, and it happened to be Citizen Cope
Yeah.
that you played with for how many years now?
Oh, Jesus.
Many.
18 years.
Wow. And so you've traveled all over the place doing those gigs. I saw you in Houston at the House of Blues. Remember, Rob and I were in the other room.
Yeah, I do remember that. Right.
And but you guys get to play all these great, huge shows. I mean, super popular.
Yeah, man, it's been a great gig.
Yeah.
Great gig for a lot of years. It's been really fun to ride on the tails of his career and all the, such great music and so fun to play, and shows are great, and the tour scene is great, and I've been blessed to have it my life for so long.
And the food is good too.
Food is.
I mean, I remember that after party. I was just like, dang.
Yeah,
like
we
this
had a couple different chefs traveling with us for a while.
Really?
It was really, really
Wow.
nice. Yeah.
That's great. And so
Got to stay healthy on the road.
So with him, I noticed I saw you were playing keys and you had your telly. You're a utility guy.
Yeah, I played piano and guitar. Yeah.
And vocals too.
And sang a bunch.
All that. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to see you with that again sometime.
Yeah, me too. I hope so.
Hopefully you guys will start up again and find you guys out there. So we have a song that you wrote on a cold ass winter day.
Yeah, the side of you. It was probably at the tail end of a long cold winter, and it was just starting to feel like I've had enough of this shit.
Which we were feeling like a few weeks ago before we had this little break.
Right.
And now today it was like, what, 60 or something like that? It was really nice out.
Beautiful today.
So.
Yeah.
So this starts
New
with
side of you.
This starts with Luba and.
This starts with the big keyboard intro, which on the record was Eric Deutsch, who's
Black Crow's in it now.
Black Crowsing it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But Eric Luba here is gonna take us in. Nice rain stick.
give them seeds and they say good luck. There's no use trying, it never ends. When will I see the new side again? Every time you think it's through, the dark comes in and kisses you, waiting for the birth of God. You sit staring in the yard. When will I see the new side of you? When will I see the new side of you? When will I see the new side of you? When will I see the new side of you? When will I see the new side of you? When will I see the new side of you? It's like 19 feet long.
Some more rock. Thanks, Joe.
Joe Mazza, god
Joe
damn.
Mazza.
Holy heck.
Joe Mazza.
Woo.
Bringing it. So I want to talk to our fabulous keyboard player here.
Yeah.
I know you can't really talk to me and look at me at the same time, but
I can do a little
Mr.
reach,
Luba.
little reach.
He's talented.
Mr. Luba over here is very, very talented. I ran into him the first time on a run with Kyle Hollingsworth, and you were playing with Jaden.
That's right.
Right, with Will.
Yes, with Will Trask.
And that was like that was like you, just the three of you was a trio, right? And you were playing bass with your left hand or your foot, or what were you doing?
with my left hand, yeah. And then I was playing a chopped Hammond B3 with my right.
Yeah, I mean, here's another freak right there, and here he is, so many years later, and
What'd you
he's
call me?
and he's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You've got a band called Many Colors.
Yes.
That's probably one of the many projects.
That's
right?
like the one that we definitely put the most time into for sure.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's like me and I don't know if you know Brant Williams.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's he's the main writer of that band. So
Cool.
yeah, it's like my favorite right now for sure.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of. I play with Kerwin Brown too on bass.
Kerwin's been here. He's done one of these before. He's a staple out here in Colorado.
And Braxton Kahn too.
Oh, amazing drummer.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, we've just been playing together so much now. It's just like kind of one of those telepathic things, you know, just no set list ever.
Is it all improv all the time?
No, no.
You guys have.
There's like all songs, but there's just, you know, kind of just whatever
You guys
happens,
just feel it.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you guys have? Any shows coming up we can plug?
Oh yeah. So we're gonna be opening for Dopapod.
Okay.
When they come through. Dopapod's a great kind of prog rock jam band from the East Coast. But yeah, we're gonna be opening for them at the end of the month in February. We're gonna be there with them at the Fox and
Oh, cool.
and a couple others. Yeah.
And do you have a recording studio too at your place, or I don't know?
A little, you know. I kind of have just started getting into it, and I kind of am just like, you know, piecing it along.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned Mike Yock earlier because you know, I live in his old house.
Oh, no way.
So you know, basically, and anyone who knows Mike knows he just takes everything apart and wants to see the inside and change it and whatnot. And you know, if I bring him weird stuff or broken stuff, he's like, yeah, let's put it back together. Let's solder it back. Let's do it. You know. So I've just been making a little studio out of broken stuff and bringing it back to life. So
I love that.
it's been cool. Yeah.
Is Mike still into motorcycles? Wasn't he?
I have his old bike too.
You have his old, because he used to ride his motorcycle to Immersive, right? Back in the day.
Yeah,
You
his Yamaha.
Nice.
It's still in the garage.
All right, Broken Stuff Studios, right over here. You heard it here first. All right, well, so we've got another song. Yet another song. Back to the Sea. Trying to get my little drum fill in my head. Yeah, I'll count us in, and we'll get into it.
You came 20 years too late for me.
We have a lot of fishermen at volume.com that love to fish. I'm gonna dedicate that song to them.
Throw it back.
Throw it back. I see some folks here on the stream. Looks like Megan Bird is hanging around.
Megan.
Hey, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Thanks for coming and joining us. Yeah, we've got some folks on there. If you got a question, type it in. Otherwise, I'll just keep yakking. So I'm just trying to finish kind of this. We're trying to bring everybody now kind of around to Steve Vidaic now. One of the things I think that's so interesting about you, and this is a total sidebar, is that you remodel houses. And I love that. I went over to your place, I think one of your first places that you had. And you and I have that in common because you came over here and, we chatted. My father helped us kind of redo this thing.
We're
And
both contractors' sons.
Yeah. My dad wasn't a contractor, but that was his passion, after when he retired. And so anyway, but I really love that about you. Like, you're just like, it's like not like you'll just make it in the studio, but you will make the studio. You will make everything with your hands. How did that come to you? Your dad was a contractor then?
Yep. Yeah, I just grew up.
And you just grew up banging nails and figuring it out?
Yep. Banging nails, slinging paintbrushes. It's just in my blood.
Yeah. Well, that's super cool. I mean,
yeah, I enjoy it. It's
another form of creativity.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Except for it really hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
I fell off scaffolding in here. It was brutal. But I'm alive. So now I just kind of want to get into your your current career now. I mean, you've been doing this for quite a long time. You've produced a ton of records over at Immersive Studios. You had the Immersive label.
Yep. Immersive Records.
And now I know that you're mixing a whole bunch and still producing a bunch and stuff. And so I just wanted to talk about everyday life.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of it and I really enjoy it. It's nice to get into, producing. It's nice to, get in other people's music, other people's heads and,
And what's your process? Like, you run into Joe Blow's got a song, like you listen to it down, you try to figure out how to inject some life into it, or you just kind of see how
who I'm working with, So I've done a lot of work with singer-songwriters who don't really even have a band or arrangements for their tunes. They just have chords and words, and I'll help them, put a band together, arrange it all, write parts for everybody and all that, which I really enjoy. I've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
But then some people have it all ready to go, and I'm just pressing buttons and pushing faders and making sure everything sounds good,
Mm-hmm. And then you have a lot of stuff sent to you to mix as well.
I do a lot of mixing as well, yeah, and mastering lately too.
Wow.
I wouldn't call myself a mastering engineer, but and I love it all. It's just all different pieces of the same animal, It's creating from different aspects is really fun. It keeps it exciting. I really love producing and making records.
I'm curious, when you're in a project, is it like these days, how everybody's sending stuff back and forth, blah, 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 everything, it's like, is it harder for you to like jump from this, okay, I'm into this thing for a week, and then, here comes 2 months later and I got to get back into this space, or are you able to kind of keep?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's also what keeps it exciting.
Yeah.
I might have a hard time finishing things as fast as I should.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of things going on all the time.
Sure.
Yeah. Which keeps it exciting. It's just how my brain works, I guess.
Right.
But I don't know if it's challenging. I think if anything, one project will influence another project.
That's true.
I'll go to this session to record something, and I'll be like, hey, I had Eric Luba the other day on this session, and he did this with the organ through the. Let's do something like that. That was cool, and so they kind of. I steal all Luba's shit and tell everybody else to do it. No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think they kind of, everything bounces off each other, which is really fun and keeps it exciting and fresh,
Yeah. So, and just a couple questions about your, just more your influences. In this next song, to me personally, I hear a lot of early Coldplay in this particular song. I'm just curious.
Interesting.
I heard Coldplay and like Oasis and some of them, and I was just curious.
I'm never really into Oasis.
Yeah.
Love the Beatles. Huge Beatles fan.
Well, everything's a derivative of that. So.
Yeah. Coldplay, yeah. I mean, I love the early Coldplay stuff. Their first 2 records were great.
Yeah.
I was real super into those.
Yeah.
When they came out. I mean, influences everywhere, everything.
Right.
I'm kind of grew up with classic rock. When I was really young, I was into like the hair bands of the 80s.
Nice.
Jersey Boy, Jovi and Def
Yeah.
I really like Def Leppard a lot. And then got into classic rock a lot, and then kind of slipped into like when I got into like analog keyboards, I got into like 70s Herbie and Miles stuff a lot. Weather Report, super into Weather Report, and that kind of what took me to jazz. But then I was like tried to play jazz, and I was like, yeah, that's not really my exact. Even though I can speak the language,
Yeah,
I don't really.
absolutely.
Yeah, but then kind of came back to rock later, like Radiohead, OK Computer, late 90s, kind of brought me back to rock again and writing songs. I kind of stopped writing songs for, like, songs like this for a while, 10 years probably.
What do you
And
think?
I was writing more instrumental keyboard stuff, which I have a ton of that I've never.
Right.
Yeah, but sorry.
I was just gonna say, what do you think the scene is now? Like,
Which
it
one?
seems
I don't
like
know.
it just seems like rock is kind of coming back.
Yeah,
Like
I think
people
yeah.
with real
I mean,
instruments playing together, maybe not everything sequenced to
yeah.
Ableton
I mean,
or.
it's always around and coming and going. I think I don't really,
Well, I want to think that it is. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, I think there's cool shit happening on computers. There's cool shit happening with instruments. There's a lot of cool mixes of all those things together, which is really cool. There's so much music out now. It's
Every
like,
day.
I
How many?
can't-
How many
I can't
releases a
even
day?
keep
Like
up. It's
64,000, or I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, let's play the song. This is called Wreckingball. This is Stephen Vidaic on volume.com on the Wreckingroom channel. And I guess I'll do my little fill, and we'll get into it, huh?
I've been let go, set aside. Feels so good, I cannot lie. I'm going home for a while, working while
That's a fun tune, man.
Yeah.
That's super cool. So you guys just played a show the other night, so I guess we can't plug it, but can we talk about how fun it was?
It was so fun. We had a great time.
You guys had a reunion from, it's been a little while since you guys played, right?
Yeah, it was the 10-year anniversary of
this record,
most
right?
of this music, yeah.
And this record is on Spotify,
It is,
YouTube,
yep.
all that kind of stuff.
Yep. It's called Hearts Look Twice.
Hearts Look Twice, and it's Stephen Vidaic,
Uh-huh.
Vidaic.
Correct.
Okay. You know, for some reason, back in the old days, I used to call you Vidaic because I was trying to remember the spelling.
You used to call me Vidiaci.
Oh, yeah. I'd go, hey, Vidaic, how you doing? Yeah.
You and Liza.
Yeah, exactly.
Vidiaci.
Vidaic.
Well, good luck trying to find Siri to find Steve Vidaic. You know,
Right,
it's
exactly.
like I end up literally having to tell Siri
Vidaic.
Steve Vidaic.
Vidaic. Like Mike Yak. Vidaic.
Yeah.
Wow. So now
Siri should know better.
you're kind of moving into some new material. I don't know if this stuff is new material or not. These next songs that we have.
So the next one is newer. It was not on that record. It was a couple years after. I don't remember.
So this is still from that
It was-
from that era.
Yeah, but a little later down the road a bit. Green Card. This is when the buffoon was trying to build walls to keep out all the rapists and yeah.
Well,
That whole time, the Dark Ages.
the dark. Well, let's give it a shot here.
But yeah, this was kind of telling all the people on the other side of the wall, like, hey, there's this kind of
It's not as good here.
Mexico's way cool.
All right. Well, let's give it a shot.
Or something.
I'll count us in, and here we go.
Everybody wants a green card. Everybody wants to work hard.
Yeah.
Fun, man. Super fun.
Yeah. That always makes me think about Creedence,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. And I hear a little Mellencamp, which is probably, from that same tree.
Mellencamp.
Yeah, I totally hear that.
Did you actually hear that? He did the solo record that he recorded all in motel rooms. You ever hear that?
I heard about it.
Really good.
I heard about it, yeah. Well, Paul, thanks for coming. Paul McDaniel, P. McD.
Always a pleasure.
I have a blast playing with Paul up here. Thanks for coming in and doing these. And
Yeah, man.
you're always
Love to be here.
the guy. And just thank all you guys. We're kind of winding it down. But you're around, you're producing, you're writing, you're recording a new record.
Yep.
You're Stephen Vidaic. Vidaic.
I is.
What did you call it?
Vidaic.
Videachi.
This is always
Yeah, if I ever open a pizza
Yeah.
place.
You and I
In
together.
Jersey.
Right, exactly. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I see a good job, Dad. Wow, I see a T Vidaic on the stream.
Hi, Tula.
Tula's on the
He
stream.
has the sweetest daughters.
Aw.
They're so
How old are they now? Can we
They
say?
are 14 and 12.
Wow,
Yeah. They're amazing.
awesome.
Hi, girls.
Hi, girls. Dad says hi. Dad is great. Thank you for letting him come up here tonight.
Better be getting ready for bed soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost past their bedtime. Well, thanks so much, everybody. I had a blast learning your songs.
Yeah, man.
And,
Thank you for having us.
learning this side of you and getting you up here. I want to get you up here, and we'll freak out on something.
It's been way too long, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And thanks, Joe. Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Paul. I want to thank Volume.com for helping us out. They help us bring in artists like you guys, and we get to do this stuff, try to tell their story, and
Thank you,
play some
Volume.
music.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'd love to thank my lovely wife, Jessie Garland, for helping us out in many ways. I'd like to thank Christy Rose for coming up and setting up cameras last night, and QSC Cameras for providing cameras for us. And last but not least, Randy Hansen for dealing with all of our... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Randy.
Randy's does a great job, comes here, puts his heart and soul into this thing, and we really thank you for doing it and putting up with all the problems that show up when they do. Okay, how does this go? Something like that. I'll count us in. And this is called I Give You Everything.
I give you everything. Yeah.
And this is your song to the muse.
Yeah, I wrote this to the muse, wherever she may be.
All right.
Yep.
This is Stephen Vidaic on Volume.com on the Wreckingroom channel.
All I have to
Yeah.
That was fun, man. Thanks, you guys, for coming up. Steven Vidaic on volume.com on the Wrecking Room. That was a total blast.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming up.
Thanks for having us.